Hi, I'm Tony's Family Hillside Christmas Tree Farm. Today we're going to do some winter shearing. Started snowing this morning. All the snow you see is from so far today. It was 40 degrees earlier this week, melted everything, but yeah, I want to get this stuff done. Some important things to note when doing winter shearing is, obviously it's cold. There could be some dieback, so just kind of be aware of that. I haven't seen or experienced a lot of that with what I've done. And another thing is that the trees that are left over are kind of the ones that people didn't want. So taking our time really with this job at this time to really make sure that we do the corrective pruning, probably shorten the leaders to help fill it in. A lot of them are pretty empty, as you'll see, and just really trying to save the tree for hopefully harvest this year. Again, we have to do this before the growing season starts. Right now it's early February, so plenty of time before that. And yeah, so we'll walk through the field. Behind us is the first cut field we did this year. So you have some Canaan, some Grand, and maybe 2 Nordman left. And then behind me we have some Korean into some Balsam, and then we'll go do the Concolor. Should go pretty quick. There's not too many left. So yeah, and we follow along and we'll use our plethora of tools. We have, my pruning knife, hand shears, and we have the long pole pruners in case there's some tall stuff. And also we have this thing which Dad made, kind of just head shears with some extensions to reach up and kind of do some tall stuff that way. So variety of tools that we'll be using, and yeah, should go pretty quick. And yeah, so starting out, we're going to use our 2-foot pole pruners and the knife. We'll go through all the trees that we can here. Starting here, we see a Grand Fir, good shape, little hole here, so we'll kind of bring this in and we'll shorten the leader up. I had a Grand Fir in my house this year. Our trees our Grands are pretty fat. They grow really like bushes, and this thing was fat. Smelled great. I think that's good. Smelled awesome. It dried out faster than a Balsam did for me. We have a pretty sizable stand, and I may not be the best, consistently watering every time, so some my fault. But compared to the Balsam, which I treat the same way, it definitely didn't hold up as long, but still lasted throughout the season, so that's great. So one thing on this tree that we see is that there is kind of a double leader kind of growing up here, right? Started down here several years ago, and it's kind of taken off. So because of where this tree is at in its rotation, the only thing I'm going to cut off is this, so that it doesn't kind of shoot up, and I have a feeling that these will kind of fill in. But I want some more density in here, and I think those branches will help with that. So, thinking about this tree didn't sell this year. I'm hoping that it can sell this year. Sorry, winter 25. So I'm not worried about, doubles and all that stuff right now at this point in their stage, right? If this was, a tree that was this tall and not even past its first cut, hasn't been opened yet, then yes, I would probably cut that all out, but at this point doesn't matter. So all these trees here used to be Nordman, but the deer devoured them. But we left a row, right, because we were stagger planting. So this one and that tree right there are 2 Nordmans, which I haven't really learned how to shear them. I haven't really needed to, that the deer haven't found yet. So we'll kind of touch them up. Well, man, they're a gorgeous tree. Dark green in color, good strong branches. I was hoping to take one for the tree in my house. We call it the grandma tree because I have 4 kids, and every year grandma gets them one of those annual ornaments. So we need a whole tree dedicated just for that stuff. So I was hoping it would be a Nordman, but someone took it. Oh well. But anyways, maybe next year that one might not be big enough, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, here's a double. These things just got away from me. And again, we're not going to carry about it that much. So maybe we'll cut this here. We'll let that go. Kind of really hammer this thing in. This one's still, you know, what, 3 feet. So, I mean, planted in 2015 and we're still this tall. It's not going to work. Talking about windburn, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, this tree, that tree, that one over there got enough windburn that it actually killed them. So I saw someone in the group ask, you know, some yellowing of the branches. To me, it looked like windburn. When it gets nice and sunny, tree starts kind of going into production mode. And it needs water to do that. So can't get any from the ground because the ground is frozen. So it's gonna kind of turn brown a little bit because it can't do its photosynthesis. So another grand. I'm really bringing them in. I think we're pretty good on height. Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully cutting that will promote the tree to fill in. So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the trees that I opened up this year. I was walking through this area, those big, you know, what, 10, 12 footers of Balsam and Canaan that we had opened up this year. Got a lot of cleanup to do with the brush cutter. I'll do that again in a couple weeks when there's no snow. So this one, I don't know what happened to the bottom, but we decided, like, all right, it looks empty, doesn't look like it's gonna go, so we'll try cleaning up the bottom, cleaning up, like rip off the bottom, and maybe someone only wants a 5-6 foot tree where the top looks okay. Customer knows what they want. So we'll see how that does this year. Another thing I noticed, like, these trees have gotten used to all this cover, right? All this protection, and like the grands that are really susceptible to like windburn and stuff like that. They used to be kind of shaded with all those trees. Now they're 100% exposed. So we'll see if you know, we have any more winter damage because of that. Oh. You see, we're kind of getting close to the pond, then we get some more yellowing in the trees. Soil quality kind of goes down. Soil quality goes down, tree quality goes down. But you know what quality doesn't go down? Weeds. Still a lot of weed pressure down in this area. Oh. Yeah, like, look how yellow this guy is. Could be some from the winter, could be poor nutrients. So save this video. We'll see what this one looks like in the spring and summer as we get closer. So if these don't make it as full-size Christmas trees, one of our pricing methods is to kind of put a yellow tag or a sale tag on them, which is priced below the normal field run price that we refer to as, I think we're at $12 a foot for a fir, so we could mark that down to $7, $8, $9 a foot. Someone can decide if that's what they're willing to pay for it. So here we will cut out the whole double. We're still gonna make this pretty short. In the spring, if it decides that maybe here on up is all we get, then so be it. Same thing here, maybe 3-4 foot. Nice easy work on a winter day. Ain't gonna be cold doing this. Except for that little bit of snow on my face. That one, I'm going to need the pole pruner. I can't reach it. No idea what happened here. I thought at first this was one that maybe we took as a tot tree. kind of in this area is where we had that bagworm breakout. And this year we didn't see any of them. Still haven't seen any. I even think around this time last year I noticed them and I picked off the bags. So I'll always kind of be watching. This little vine here kind of reminded me of it, so it just made me think about it. So, you know, this was just a branch, not a bag. Eat my words. So we'll do a little experiment. We'll leave the horns. All right, we'll see how thick this top gets this spring. That is not normal practice. I'm not recommending it, but if we want a fuller top, need more buds. Now, a lot of that's going to try to all become dominant. But again, that tree wasn't picked for a reason. Same thing with this one. There's my bands. We need this to come this way. Alright, let's grab that pole pruner, get that one tree. whole little section is done. All right. Whew. All right, we'll move over to this other side here into the Koreans. We'll get the drone for a little bit. So we're really gonna hit these small Korean into shape. These are in a bad area, too low, poor soil. Koreans aren't doing too well here. I think these trees were planted 2013, 2014 or so. Just trying to get them to do something. All else fails, become tot trees. My goal would be kind of replant this whole area 2027. So in the next couple of years, the remaining little bit of trees here are going to have to go. Then that area, on the other side of the road, will be 28. So, yeah, we're gonna open up the rest of those halves next year. This year, actually, 25. I'm sure we'll plan on doing some nutrient management on these guys. Those ones over there. Get some good color, get some good growth. So color kind of add later, some nitrogen later in the summer. And good growth and nutrients becomes a couple weeks before bud break. Thinking these guys might become top trees. Well, the Koreans already have a good length on the top, so we don't have to do much. This one's a grand. Come on. Drone loses you. So as we're getting into these trees, this is actually the third year that these have been open. So I think these ones were just a little too short. Man, these grands like to get wide on me. I think that's just because in the beginning they did not put on a lot of top growth, so they really like got wide. You know, good sturdy stuff. So hopefully these will get moving. All right, let's move the cart down. All right, that wraps up all the, after selling season fir trees. I did the Concolor. I didn't film any of that, but there was only like 5 or 6 of those left. So that went quick. The Koreans and Grands, again, we're trying to get them. I got to come up with a term for this thing, but maybe some sort of like sellable, right? These trees are left over. We have to make them sellable and good looking in the eyes of the customer, right? So, yeah, I'm glad it's done. And yeah, thanks for watching.